Hi. How are you today? Of course, how are you doing on this? Interesting Wednesday. Of course, last week you heard me say about how doomed we all are, and turns out that I wasn't that far off because we still don't know who's gonna win. But yeah, hope you voted because voting is actually a really cool thing that all of you should do. That's right. I can't. I'm not old enough. And I can't register either. But nonetheless, it's time to really dive in. Of course, we only have 3 topics and 2 sports to go through because all that excitement that was going on in July, August, September is starting to fade out and die. NASCAR postseason, my friends. We have one more race to go this upcoming Sunday. Of course, we had 2 races happen. Ever since the last time we met. There was the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500, say that 10 times fast word. Kyle Busch finally wins, at the Texas Motor Speedway. Comes too little too late because he's out of the postseason. It's his 57th career win. He's pretty happy about that, but pretty upset that he's not going to the championship. No, sirree. Quite a shame for the Stage 2 winner as well. The guy who won Stage 1, Clint Boyer. So it's the first race in modern NASCAR era to be delayed for 3 straight days due to rain. It was raining really bad, as a lot of people could tell. It was supposed to be Sunday, rained after 52 laps. Then Monday, rained. Tuesday, rained. Wednesday, they finally got it in. And that's pretty good. Quite a crazy race. But Kyle Busch did it. Congratulations, Kyle Busch. They had the Xfinity 500. That's right, Xfinity. At Martinsville, one of my favorite speedways. It's 0.526 miles of 120 maybe, and then braking to about 50, then 150, 150, 150, 150. You get the gist. And Chase Elliott won. He's going to Phoenix. That's right. He is going to Phoenix. That's pretty funny. He also won Stage 2 in the short track, where we also saw Denny Hamlin take home Stage 1. Garrett Smithley's car stopped on lap 104. That's right. It came to a complete stop, as in it stops. But anyways, Brendan Poole got into a wreck on lap 185. Those are the final few laps, by the way. William Byron hit the wall 59 laps. And the guy in second place, Ryan Blaney, I mean, oh my goodness. You talk about something surprising. A second place finish, as we'll check in on this final lap right there. I mean, in Martinsville, it's very strange. 263 miles, a half-mile man, the paperclip, and Chase Elliott, pretty much a walk in the park right there. 6-second lead over second place Ryan Blaney, who is not in the postseason, and I don't think there was anyone there, but Chase Elliott, congratulations to him. He's going to the championship. So what does the championship preview look like, my friends? Looks like this. The Final Four has Kevin Harvick wrecked right there. Final Four, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin. How about that? Logano and Keselowski have won before. Logano in 2018, Keselowski 2012. Hamlin and Elliott looking for their first, of course. Chase Elliott's father, Bill Elliott, 1988. Of course, he won. And the last race of the season, short track, Phoenix. Not in a circular shape. It's kind of like a triangle, kind of like Daytona Tri-Oval, but except like the triangle is a little more sharp. So yes, all racers now have 5,000 points each. And if one of them wins this race, the winner of that race, if they just so happen to be those 4 names, they win 2020. You can find it on Channel 3 NBC or on WCTV cable. Check the cable provider. I don't know. But anyways, that means you have football and NASCAR to look forward to this weekend. And speaking of football, let's just hop right into Tommy's picks. It was not a good week for me in the NFL But a great week for me. And October Madness no more. We are in November. Mentor beat Medina 49-14. How about that? Hoban, Benedictine. Hoban continuing the shutout streak. That's right, the shutout streak. Good on strike for the Knights. They have just been doing an incredible job through all season long. Hudson ends Harding's dream season 35-6. Avon and Avon Lake won. So that means we're going to have a good rivalry right there. And Massillon, Perry and Massillon, Washington won. How about that? Two rivals. And meanwhile, you have Chardon and Canfield. They both won. Holy Name beats Ashland. Warren JFK with a big win over Dalton. Lucas Stripes over McDonald. Lake Catholic, big upset over Northwest. I don't know how that happened, but a big upset over Northwest. And Ursuline beat Pullen Seminary. Kirtland, those Hornets beat Garway 43-6. South Range beat Columbiana Crestview 45-29. New Middletown Springfield, good upset right there, 21-0 shutout. And Norway beat Wycliffe 2013. NFL, my picks were pretty bad. They didn't choke. That's right, the Falcons didn't choke. Not only did Teddy Bridgewater get hurt, but they did choke. 25-17 triumph. Steelers beat the Ravens 28-24. What is going on? The Steelers are 7-0, first time since 1978 since that's happened. And the Steelers might find themselves in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, what? Steelers in the Super Bowl? You gotta be kidding me. And it was a Free Willy winner. Of course, it was a great week to have Free Willy's defense special teams. 2 touchdowns right there. Chiefs beat the Jets. Suck. 35-9. Remind me why the New York Jets exist again. They haven't won in over 50 years. Dalvin Cook went off. I believe he scored all the touchdowns for the Vikings. Of course, the Packers, we warned you about Mike Patton. They're calling for the firing of Mike Patton, the defensive coordinator. Remember when he was the coach here? Only 10 wins here. Very disappointing, 2 seasons. 28-22. Colts beat the Lions 41-21. Colts defense really standing up. Indeed. The Raiders take down the Browns, unfortunately, 16-6. It was a very cold first energy. Of course, weather much warmer now. The Bungles upset the Titans. What world do we live in when the Bungles beat the Titans 31-20? Bills beat really missing Tom Brady, because they are really missing Tom Brady, 24-21. Broncos beat the Chargers 31-30. The Saints beat the Sea Bears 26-23. And just like any Sea Bear expert, the Saints had an anti-Sea Bear circle around them in that overtime victory, even though the Saints cornerback, they got into a fight, obviously forgot his anti-Sea Bear circle and was too busy playing his clarinet poorly, having cute cheese, wearing his sombrero in a funny fashion, clown shoes, waving his flashlight, and screeching like a chimpanzee. Just like everything you cannot do, because otherwise the sea bear will come and attack you. And that is very true. Don't forget, Science Fiction Monthly, sea bears and fairy tales are real. And you know what's also real? The Seahawks, they're on fire. 37-27 win over the Niners. The Eagles won Sunday night. I mean, there was a Sunday night game. It was the Cowboys and Eagles, 23-9. I'm sorry, that doesn't count as a game in my opinion. Tampa Bay beat the Giant Losers 25-23. And I look at my Week 8 fantasy team, not that bad. Tom Brady, 23.16. Le'Veon Bell, 6.8. Kareem Hunt, 9.3. DK Metcalf, let's go, 43.1. Chase Claypool, 13.2. Travis Kelce, he's the man. That's right, look at that. 25.9 points. Cody Parkey, 7 points. Green Bay, 1 point. Well, it doesn't help when Dalvin Cook is literally stampeding over the Packers. So I went 14-4 in high school football, 14 points. I was wrong for the Ashland, Northwest, Mogadore, and Wycliffe game. It was a very strong weekend. Just so happened to be in the playoffs too. Really good. We're getting to 8 in the playoffs because for divisions 2 to 7, it's the time for good old regional finals. It's very exciting. All state championships, by the way, going from Tom Benson Stadium to Fortress Obetz in Columbus, which is much smaller. And of course, due to the coronavirus, only 1,500 maximum. So rather than being at an empty barren Tom Benson, it's going to be a much smaller stadium. So yes, 81-41 this season. I don't mean to brag, but that's pretty impressive. 88 points. NFL, I sucked. 5-8, 6 points. So many upsets last week, and I forgot to pick for the Denver Chargers game. 70-46-1 with 8 points. My fantasy team, of course, did well. DK Metcalf and Travis Kelce. And for my real fantasy team, it was DK and Brandon Ayuk going off. How did they do it? 43.1 fantasy points. DK Ayuk, 23.1. And I was thinking, you know what? I don't like Brandon Ayuk on my fantasy team. Let me tell you something. I'm really starting to enjoy his well-being around here. And, of course, I have a 4-4 record, and hopefully I win. I really hope I can win. So without any further ado, time for Tommy's Picks. We need to add college football because there's not too much stuff going on right now. Regional championships, of course, Division I semifinals. Mentor against Pickerington. Last year, Pickerington won. Gotta go with Pickerington again. Holbein against Hudson. Holbein has 3 shutouts in a row. Does it continue with 4? I don't think so, but they will still win. Avon against Avon Lake. Gotta go with the Eagles. Maxwell Perry against Maxwell Washington. Picking the Tigers to win. Chardon against Scatfield. That's Chardon. Tiffin Columbian against Holy Name. Tiffin. Ursuline against Lake Catholic. Lake Catholic continues their Cinderella run with a big victory. Kirtland against South Range. Picking Kirtland Hornets to win that. New Middletown Springfield against Norwayne. Gotta go with the Norwayne. Warren JFK against Lucas. Gotta go with Warren. So if Mentor Pickerington wins, they are 1 win away from the championship. It says college football. It's Maction. Finally, as an Akron CCP student, I was so worried. So there we are. Akron against Western Michigan, and we're going to pick up right where we left off. We're going to lose Western Michigan. Kent State against Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan. Central Michigan will beat Ohio. Toledo will beat Bowling Green. Boise State going to take down BYU at home at the good old Smurf turf of Bronco Stadium because the turf is blue. Makes it one of the most iconic stadiums of college football. Indiana's going to beat that team up north because they suck. A lot of people say they want Jim Harbaugh to be fired, but I don't because it's fun to beat the tar out of him every year. I mean, because if he gets fired, that means they might find a new coach who will do better. I mean, isn't it fun to beat up Jim Harbaugh every year? I think so. Pac-12 is also back. I'm saying USC is going to win against Arizona State. Here's an upset. Virginia Tech against Liberty. Gotta go with Tech on that one. Of course, Liberty, how are they number 25? I don't even know. Then you have a good rivalry. It's Florida against Georgia. It is the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Yes, sir. Typically is at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Don't know if they're going to do that this year. Got to pick the Gators to win. Go Gators. Just kidding. Don't go Gators. I'm not a Gators fan. Kansas State against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State with Chuba Hubbard from a great running back too, by the way. Of course, he's one of the best. He is from the great country of Canada, eh? I mean, Canada, they have some good football players. I mean, Chase Claypool, Chuba Hubbard, eh? Horrible Canadian impression. Biggest game of the week, Notre Dame Clemson. Big Fighting Irish fan too, by the way. But we're going to lose. We are going to lose to Clemson. Happens every year. Notre Dame plays a good team and they lose. Always happens. Clemson doesn't need Trevor Lawrence to win. They will win without Trevor Lawrence, who still has the virus. Ohio State against Rutgers. You know those good old Buckeyes. OHIO, we're going to destroy them. Lock of the week. Rutgers is a complete joke, a complete mockery. But I still want them to stay because it's fun to beat the tar out of them every year, just like that team up north. Wisconsin against Purdue. Got to pick the Badgers. Texas against West Virginia. Longhorn win. Okay, big Texas game. TCU, Texas Tech. Got to go with Texas Christian University Horned Frogs, where Andy Dalton went. And Andy Dalton, I don't think, is playing for Dallas. Now time for the NFL Thursday night football game. Should be good. 49ers, Packers. 49ers, I don't think they have Jimmy G, but I still have to go with the Packers, though. Oh, God have mercy on us. It's the Washington football team against the Giant Losers. Got to go with the Giant Losers. They should win. Titans against the Bears. Well, remember last week, Titans lost to the Bungles. But I think they should beat the Sea Bears. Hopefully they have their anti-Sea Bear circles out. And if you're ever going to play some sea rhinoceroses, make sure you have your anti-sea rhinoceros undergarments. Man, oh man. It's really fun to love SpongeBob. Vikings against Lions. Gotta go with the Vikings, but wouldn't be shocked if Detroit can pull away. Chiefs against the Panthers. Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes going to go off. Sucksonville against Houston. Gotta pick Houston. Colts against the Ravens. I have Indianapolis as my big upset because that defense is the best. They will shut down Lamar Jackson and make fantasy owners like myself happy. Really, really happy. So then you have Bills Mafia against the Seahawks. That should be a really good game, but Seattle should win. 1,000 ways to lose, otherwise known as the Falcons against the Broncos. Gonna pick Denver. Chargers against the Raiders. I got Vegas. That's right, not Oakland, Vegas. Cowboys against the Steelers. Or we really need a quarterback against the Steelers. Gotta pick Steelers as my lock of the week. Dear God, I can't believe the Steelers are winning. Why? Cardinals against Free Willy. Should be a good game, but Free Willy winner out there, Tua, is the future. And then Tampa Bay got the Saints Sunday night. Got to pick Tampa Bay this time. It'll be at Ray J, the site Super Bowl 55. That means that this year, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers could be the first team to ever host the Super Bowl and be in the Super Bowl. And then you have the halfway to 0-16 against Tom Brady, or really missing Tom Brady. You got to go with the Patriots. God have mercy on New England. Just kidding. They earn it. Week 9 fantasy team. I have Russell Wilson. Yes, he is going to make Bills Mafia look really bad. And then running back 1 got Nyheim Hines for the Colts. Running back 2, Aaron Jones. Tyreek and Juju as my receivers. Darren Waller as my tight end. Of course, you have James Conner as my flex. Ryan Suckup as the kicker. And the defense is really missing Tom Brady against the JATS. Suck. JTS stands for just end the season. They are 0-8, which means wow. Wow, that's horrible. They are halfway there. Oh, boy, that is horrible for the Jets. They are awful. I would sing about we're halfway there, but I can't sing. I really can't. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I'm also going to be honest with you about, the big event that's coming up in 15 days. It's the WCTV Clapper Awards. Hooray for the Clapper Awards. It'll be 15 more days, which means November 19th is when we have the Clapper Awards. Of course, there is a podium right there. Of course, because of the virus, we cannot be all together. Of course, definitely a big shame. It will be a virtual ceremony. Of course, what happens this year, there it is, the podium. Let's go, the podium. So what happens is that it will just be a presentation of all the winners, 3rd place, 2nd place, 1st place, like we always do. Except this year, no speeches, but what happens is that for the first episode here on WCTV after the Clapper Awards. If you win, you will get your Clapper Awards at the studios. Of course, the studio is also other rooms as well, but yeah. And then you go right to that podium that we were showing a few seconds ago, and you give your speech right there. Pretty cool, I must say. Yep, WCTV. And there's the podium. It's almost as if you are giving the speech. Look at that. It's pretty much as if it's actually there, albeit you can't be, like where we usually are because of the virus. So that'll be it. That's all. Maybe we'll have a winner for the election. Maybe we'll still be doomed. I'm predicting we will all be doomed. Please wear your mask as you panic and go shopping and board up and hoard up about everything, because I'm really nervous. But I'm not nervous about Tommy Maroon Sports Show. However, episode 71 and onwards will be just football. And then high school football will be done with. And then there's going to be that odd 2-week period, I believe, in which we don't have anything other than football. But high school basketball can hopefully come around this time. Of course, Thanksgiving coming up. It's Christmas time. Merry Christmas, everyone. A little way too early. Of course, there's a little Santa Claus thing right there, by the way. It really makes me feel like I'm not alone in this too. In fact, there are 2 Santa Clauses. I've just noticed that. Hey, they may be props here next month, hopefully. Till we meet again, I'm Tommy Maroon here, Tommy Maroon Sports Show. I'm sorry we couldn't talk about too much stuff, but hey, hopefully sports and life will be back to normal soon, as long as if you're being smart and actually staying safe. So please take care of one another and have a great day.